Hey guys, and welcome back to another video review. The first video of the year is on the first day of the new year. So, I'm filming this on not January, December 29th. It is currently almost 6 o'clock in the morning. I've been organizing so many things. I've been organizing up a new set for the new year so that I can actually start doing face videos again. But to start this year off, I wanted to do a new video review on Cup, which is a figure I got about a month ago. And I just have been procrastinating on doing videos for a lot of figures that I've gotten recently or have had for a very long time, and I'm just now getting to it this year. The goal this year is to at least have 2 uploads a week. Or at a minimum 1, maximum 2 to 3. So, taking a look at our first video of the year, here we have the box for Cup. Here you have a nice image. Here you have 8602. He's from the Studio Series. He's an Autobot, and his name is Cup. He's from Transformers the movie. You got on the top Transformers the movie. On the side, you got 86, and then another image of Cup, and he is an authentic Transformer, which is pretty cool, even though we already know this. 8602, Cup, Deluxe Class, Studio Series. On the back, you have the product shots of Cup, where he's big screen inspired, his name, the Sea Squid Showdown, and he transforms in 21 steps, and this is the hardest fucking thing to ever transform. I've never had a harder fucking thing to transform in my life. On the bottom, you just have barcodes and stuff. So, let's actually get Cup on the table. And you see my rock that I just noticed was in the frame, because I sure didn't notice it. But taking a closer look at Cup himself, if my camera will just like focus on him, and if I can like zoom in more, that'd be great. Oh, okay. We're having technical difficulties. Oh. It just doesn't want to zoom in more. Alright, that's fine. But taking a closer look at... I haven't done this in a while. Taking a closer look at Cup, you can see we got a nice truck mode for him. We got the Autobot logo, which becomes the chest, which is pretty cool. Some nice painted. I don't even know what green that is, but it's a green. You got it on these sides with Autobot logos too, as well on the other side. He does roll a little bit, but not as much. And then you got just a whole lot of underside kibble, which is really ugly, but that's neither here nor there. With the figure, he comes with his blaster pistol, which is honestly one of my favorite, weapons made for a Hasbro figure in recent memory. That's not going to focus. But it does have a peg on the side where you can just plug into there and bam, bada boom. And then he also comes with another accessory, which Studio Series 86, with the exception of Jazz and Scourge Wave 1, was really good. And I don't own all of it yet, but I will eventually. I just need that Scourge and the Grimlock. He also comes with the Energon dispenser, which is really cool. I wish this was pink, but it's not, and that's okay. But Bawweeb Grana Wee Nini Bon, bitches. And that also has a peg on the side of it where you can just peg it onto the side of Cup. But taking those off and taking a look at some size comparisons now. Here we have him next to the Studio Series 8601 Jazz, which is probably one of my favorite figures right now. And of the entire year, like that Jazz figure is perfection. And here we have him next to my next review, the Kingdom War for Cybertron Deluxe Class Trax, who is probably in a very strong contention for my favorite figure of the year, or my favorite item I got this year, like as a whole thing. But we'll get into the review on that as to why. into why in that review, is what I meant to say. So let's get Cup transformed now that we actually can. I am doing things a lot differently now. I am standing to do this, so if there's weird parts where my voice is cutting out or sounds odd, it's because it does. So first off, what you want to do is you just want to come to the back section, take those apart, then flip those arms down, flip these back, and they just tab into little holes back there. Then you want to undo this, and Cup has quite possibly one of the most tricky transformations I've ever done, just like so. And that one's easier for some reason. But then you want to hinge them down, and they will just tab into slots right here. And then you just want to do the same thing on this side. This side is a lot more strange for some reason on my copy, but that's okay. Then just flip that down, straighten that out, and plug it back in. Flip out the foot. Do the same thing on this side. Flip that down, straighten, flip back up, and then flip out the foot. And there you got the legs. And then what you want to do is you just want to pull these back and kind of flip that up, I guess. And then just flip the whole body upwards, flip in these sections to where they will kind of just allow you to plug in Cup's head, or at least his head socket thing, like so. Then just bring Cup's arms down, rotate them to snap in place. Do the same thing on this side, rotate them to just snap into place. And then just flip this whole thing up, and you do have to kind of get it a specific way that I did not get it into, now that I'm realizing it now. Like where that is covered, like there's a little section that should be covered on that I just did not do or show you guys very clearly, so I'm sorry about that. But there's like hundreds of videos on this figure, and they're not that hard to find. Anyway, there we have Cup in his robot mode, and my back hurts so much. This is what happens when you work out and you work at an ice cream store, and this is how you afford your figures. Anyway, again, neither here nor there. Taking a look at the head sculpt, actually, the head has a bit of light piping, and I'm just going to bring my light over yonder to show such. You can see that in the camera a little bit as I readjust the light. But you can see very nicely the detail on the head. You got some nice paint up here. You got some gray for the face, some orange for the wrists, some orange on the belt buckle. But mostly it's all detail that's sculpted in, which is the kind of figure that I prefer. Now, the thing about this figure that is very special is you can detach his limbs so that you can recreate... let's just plug that back in. So you can recreate things like when Hot Rod was repairing him in that lagoon, and his limbs were just all over the place. Speaking of Hot Rod, let me actually just put his gun in his hand, or not, whichever prefers. See, this is my kind of video style for new viewers to the channel. It's very raw. I don't like editing, so I don't edit. Anyway, that's not the point. So here we have him next to Studio Series Voyager class Hot Rod, the young man, the little whippersnapper. And then here we have him next to a video that I will eventually get to this month or this year, is Blur, who I bought with him, as well as another figure, but I'm not going to talk about that until I actually get to the review, or closer to when I plan to do the review. But overall, I think this is actually a really good addition to the Studio Series line. Like, this guy is really great, and I saw the Buzzworthy Bumblebee one, and after I got this, and I was like, I still kind of like this one more. But as for you guys, you might feel differently, and that's completely okay. I would highly recommend picking this guy up in any version of the mold with any repaint. It is a little finicky, but that might just be my copy, like, being specifically hard, especially with those shoulder joints when I'm transforming him into the truck mode, is kind of frustrating. But other than that, that's all I really have for this video, and if you enjoyed it, please comment, subscribe, do whatever you feel like doing, honestly. Like, I'm just planning on making more content this year, regardless of who watches or stays and subscribes, because I've made 10 videos in 2021. I kind of don't want to keep that trend going, where I only make 10 videos a year, where it's like, one of them a live stream. And I won't stream for New Year's this year, actually. I do have to say that. I will be working this year for New Year's, so there's not going to be a New Year's live stream for my senior year. Sucks. Not really. It's just my senior year, and I need to catch up with you guys at some point, though. Maybe some point in August, after I've graduated, would be a good time, because I'm doing show after show after show, along with work and band, and I'm going to talk about that. I have a whole video set for that at some point, maybe like mid-March, where I just talk about my experience in band and what it taught me as a performer. But that's not for another 2 months, so we're not going to worry about that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.